Blue Diamond Marketing Group is proud to introduce the latest innovation in calf care. Our Tri-Bar heated floor system provides a no-bedding alternative in a group calf setting. This concept provides a clean and comfortable environment for raising your calves while allowing you to maximize existing or new construction space.
My name is Colleen Vanderloop, and I've been in the calf business since 1993. I've been raising veal, steers, and now the dairy heifers.
So when we came in and talked about remodeling this building for baby calves, we talked about a heated Tri-Bar floor and putting pens together with groups of calves, like 14?
Yeah, 14 calves in each
14
pen.
calves in each pen. And how long are they in these pens?
7 to 8 weeks.
7 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And there are how many pens on each side?
8.
8 pens on each side. 16
Yep.
pens. How many? There's 14 calves in each pen.
Yeah, so it's 224.
224 calves total in this building.
Yeah.
This theory that we're using here pretty much goes against all of the teaching that we've had over the last 30 years as far as individualizing calves in little isolated pens. And here we're putting the calves all together, they're commingling.
I think grouping them together, they're just very happy. I mean, they've got somebody to lay next to. And then also the huge benefit is when they go into the other barn, we take 2 groups together and we put them into 1 pen. So
there's 28 calves.
28 calves, or say if you lose one, then there'd be 27, somewhere in there. And then, but they don't, we go through no stress period. I've heard from many people that that's a huge problem when they go from individual huts into these group pens, and ours are used to being together, and it's just a little bit bigger group, but they still have their buddy that they've been with all along, and they go into a bigger pen.
Well, a calf is more of a social animal. It likes to have company, and I think from what I've seen in this barn. This is a kind of a new concept for baby calves in that it's a steel serrated triangular shaped bar over a framing system that supports the calves. And in addition to that is it's a series of steel tubes that run laterally down the length of the rows. There are 6 rows of tubes, steel pipe under these, welded to these Tri-Bar floors. And then in that steel tube is, we push a PEX hose or a Wurzbo hot water radiant floor heat system. That hose is pushed down and loops back and forth in those pipes. And then it goes back to a boiler outside. It's actually a corn.
Yeah, it's a corn boiler.
Corn-fired boiler that heats the water to
180 maybe.
180 degrees, and then a pump forces that water through these hose, which warms the pipe, which in turn heats that Tri-Bar 6 inches on either side of that tube that runs down through the floor. So we're preheating the floor where the calves lay, and then that in turn, the heat that's given off, that radiates up off the floor, also is used to heat the building.
Supplemental heat and fresh air ventilation is provided through an overhead duct system.
We have LB white heaters that heat, and then it also brings fresh air through the tubes. So the barn's set, the controller is set at 58 degrees, and it can go up 2 or down 2.
The radiant heat provided through the tri-bar floor system has proven to be the most effective heating method for any type of housing. In addition to providing better working conditions, the controlled environment results in faster weight gain and healthier conditions for your calves.
They always seem content. They've never had any problems with their knees or their hocks or anything like that, any damage to the legs.
You don't see any visible sign of abrasions or anything that would indicate that there's wear and tear on the calf?
No. And their footing is, I noticed that even they'll get up and they'll be crazy jumping around, and once in a while you might have a calf that's really going at it and she'll wipe out. But when we take them into the concrete room and they're going crazy, they'll do the exact same thing, they'll wipe out,
Yeah.
It's just,
So
they have very good footing in here with this tri-bar floor. And they're very clean. They stay very, very clean. The sanitation factor in this has got to be just great because they're not in wet bedding or in bedding that's been sitting there for 6 weeks or 5 weeks and exposed to all the elements. And
how hard is it to clean it up?
we pressure wash it down and it takes about 2 hours per pen.
2 hours?
Yep. And then we disinfect it and let it dry out, and then it's ready for calves again. We also have water cups in here. The water's consistent, it's always there. It's not frozen in a cup, in their pails. It's fresh. So that's available to them, and I think that's been a huge asset.
You have a choice underneath the tri-bar flooring as far as cleaning goes or as far as storage goes. You can either go with a scraping system, a scraper blade, and put it on a timer and automatically scrape to one end of the pit, or you can put in a flush system under these slats, and that flush system will build up with liquid during the duration of the calf being on the floors, and then when it's time to wean calves, you take the calves out and you pull the plug, pull the valve in the pit, and then it lets the liquid go out into the storage pit. One of the nice things about having the floor and everything with the pit under it is when it comes to cleaning, you clean everything right where it's at on the floor. You don't have to tear everything apart and take it out to a washroom. Everything is done right here on the site. The water just goes down in the pit and it adds, it flushes the pit out and cleans real well.
One of the huge benefits of designing a facility like this is the bedding. I think the bedding is just a huge issue. It's a matter of getting it here to the farm. It's a matter of putting it in each individual pen, re-bedding when you need to re-bed. And then after or during, you have to get rid of that bedding, then get it put on the land. And it's a lot of extra work, whereas with this, the animals are clean, they're dry. We don't have to worry about elements outside getting them wet. And we clean up and it washes away, and in spring and fall we pump our manure, and we're set. So I think cost-wise, you might look at the initial cost of the tri-bar and think, oh my goodness. But when you figure out what bedding costs you per year, and then you look at that and then it's like, oh, I guess it's not so bad.
Our calf care systems include additional features designed to make your task easier and more efficient.
The headlocks have been really nice for convenience, for when you're medicating and things like that. You're not having to run them and pin them down somewhere, that type of thing. That's been very, very convenient for us. We've been very satisfied with the whole system and the way the calves look when they come off the floor.
This Cozy Calf Care group housing and feeding system maximizes the use of space while providing a comfortable and healthy setting for raising your calves. Plus, our heated tri-bar floor system keeps your calves cleaner with a no-bedding alternative that saves you time and money. For more information on this and other calf housing alternatives, we invite you to contact us at 563-933-2269. Thank you.